Hi, everybody. Oh, my God, the pressure. Share your intentions. Go ahead, share on. I'm Tanya, Holland. I'm the chef owner of Brown Sugar Kitchen. Thank you. Restaurant in Oakland, California. And I'm going to let you in on a secret. I am a huge procrastinator. And what I love about the restaurant business is that I can't procrastinate because I can't be like, oh, I think I'll put that chicken in the fridge in a couple hours. I'm going to go to that guy's table in a few minutes. So the restaurant business forces me to just do stuff. I was asked to speak to you guys months ago, but when do you think I started working on my speech? And I know that some of you know me and my story as a chef and an entrepreneur, and I've been speaking a lot loudly lately about being a black woman in this business, being a woman in this business, entrepreneur. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I'm actually really tired of talking about it. I mean, it's very important, and it's something I want to continue to do, but I want to do something different with you guys tonight. I want to talk to you about dancing and how much I love to dance and how important it is to me and how I think everybody should learn to dance. And it's such an important life skill because, I do it every day in my work. When I cook, I dance. The soundtrack at Brown Sugar Kitchen is so important to me. I'm always listening for music levels. There's a lot of songs that, are my particular favorites, but also reminiscent of the cuisine, soul food, soul music. But there's also some of my 80s stuff in the mix, if you listen closely. Cooking, and working in environments, it's all about dancing, pivoting, pausing, marking your next move, and just having a rhythm and a balance and being aware of your surroundings. I talk about this to my staff all the time. They don't seem to quite get it, but I think it's just, too many of those rage parties, it's different. I didn't grow up I danced differently. Anyways. So I also I feel more comfortable improvising than, talking off script. I have my cards over there, like a little security blanket, just in case I need them. But I want to tell you guys that I wanted to be a dancer. I asked my dad when I was a young girl if I could be a dancer. He's like, oh, no, I'll never put a dancer through school. And I was like, ouch, really? Okay. This whole conversation is about kind of holding your vision. I mean, this is, I consider myself a visionary, and I've had this vision for my life for a long time, but you never know where life is going to take you, so you need to know how to pivot, how to dance. And later on, I started going along, and I asked him if I could be president. And I didn't mean, president of the United States. And he's like, well, you could be. Which was amazing. In the 70s, he said, yeah, I could be, to his little black girl. He goes, but I wouldn't recommend it. He said, it costs a lot of money, and there's a lot of people blowing smoke up your butt. Verbatim, he said that. And I was like, oh, okay. So, I don't know. Somehow, I found out what an architect was, and I said, oh, can I be an architect? That sounds exciting. He's like, nah. He goes, you won't make any money. Be an engineer. So I applied to engineering schools. Good daughter, and I went to school for engineering, and I graduated with a degree in Russian language and literature. Right? And that's a longer story. We don't have enough time for that. But little did they know, I was dancing all the time. So I graduate with this degree and then this ability to dance. What am I going to do? I'm going to work in the restaurant business. That's the only place you can go. I used to, call it the land of misfit toys because it's sort of like that place. It more so was when I was coming up of where people ended up where they didn't know what they wanted to do or be in life. Now people intentionally go into the business because it's all romanticized with the TV and celebrity chefs. I'm like, I'm a celebrity chef, even though earlier today I was unplugging the toilet and mopping up pig's blood. Celebrity. So I started working in restaurants, and I just fell in love with them. And I became a Francophile when I started studying French in 9th grade, and my birthday's Bastille Day, so I'm like, I'm going to France for cooking school. So I go there, and I'm in the chateau in the Burgundy, and it's wonderful, and it's great. And then the school was split up in 2 semesters. So I went to Paris, and my French wasn't good enough to work in a French restaurant on the front of the house, so I worked at the Chicago Pizza Pie Factory. And in a black A-frame dress with a name tag, and guess what? I had to dance. Part of my job description was to dance to Grease Lightning twice a night. That's right, and it was all choreographed by the manager, whatever. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I realized, but I got some of the best tips because I know how to dance. And, it's just not being rigid. It's about not being rigid in your steps and, your vision and your work and what you want out of life and just kind of going with it. And, that sort of give and take of just the steps. So I finished up my time there, and I ended up in New York, working and cooking, dancing on bars, always going to dance bars, just dancing. And then I ended up in Oakland, and I fell in love with it. I was going to open up a French Creole bistro. That was what I wanted. I love the intersection of African and French cooking, and I just thought, this community would embrace that. And I did not get the real estate that I was looking for. I didn't get the opportunity, so I had to pivot. I had to, be really flexible and, pause for a minute and figure out, what am I going to do? And I found this space in West Oakland, and I thought, okay, well, I guess I got to, change up the concept, make it really accessible to this community, and Brown Sugar Kitchen was born. Happy accident. And, yeah, thank you. By the way, just celebrated 10 years in business, and I'm convinced that it's because, I have had this ability to just go, kind of in and out of situations, and, dancing requires you to also be comfortable in your own skin, because you can dance like nobody's watching is like a statement that people say. You really have to feel comfortable. And I was going to do some dance moves for you guys, but I don't know. We'll see if you're lucky. I grew up. The arc was like R&B. My first concert was the Jacksons. Then I saw the Off the Wall. I'm really old, by the way. I'm 52. I'll be 53 this year. So I might make some 80s pop culture references that you don't understand, but it's okay. One of the reasons why I wanted to be a dancer, because I was obsessed with Fame growing up, which is now it's called Glee, but it was Fame. And I love this diverse population. There was a very diverse student body, and Oakland's very diverse. And it's just what I've been striving for my whole life, and I've been able to create that in my restaurant. But, it was after the Jacksons, and I was Off the Wall tour, and it was I want to rock with you all night. So you guys missed out on being the original. I know you guys listen to it now, but when it first came out, it was great, And I still play that at the restaurant. And then, I get to the restaurant, and I've opened my doors, and I'm looking around. I've created this very diverse environment. I did not aspire to open a breakfast and lunch place. I mean, I don't like getting up at 5 in the morning, but I'm there. But it was all that was available to me at the time. And, I went in there and I improvised, and I, just kind of created something that I thought, maybe could be sustainable for a while. And it's lasted. And I realized one day, I'm walking around the space, and I'm like, I'm president of my company. And I'm the architect of my environment. And I listen to the music I want to, so I dance all day long. So, thank you. I just want to encourage you guys to dance. And, again, it's about being aware of your surroundings, pausing. Don't go rushing, trying to barrel through and I know where I want to get to, because you don't know what life is going to serve you. And pivoting when you can, and most of all, being graceful and gracious, and, as you go through this world, because we're living even closer together these days, and we've got to just be more, graceful with each other, and gracious, and polite, and that's it. Thanks.